So I'm not sure where we left off. I think we were talking about the war years and how you met and married Dick, and then I think that's where we left off, somewhere
Well,
around
we
there.
talked a little bit about the house, by building the house.
Right.
I don't know. We we got through building that, and then worked on for a while, and then finally it was all at once. Before we knew it, it was time for Dick to think about retirement, and we went on that trip up the Gold Country Road. What's it called? Up to Gold Country, anyway.
Yeah, 49 maybe,
Yeah,
Highway
yeah.
49? Yeah.
And Dick said, "This is where I want to retire." And I said, "Well, looks pretty good to me too.
Yeah.
It don't make any difference as long as we're
Together.
we're going to settle it together
Yeah.
and do what we need to do." And so when the opportunity came that he could be transferred up there, which came quite conveniently,
Yeah.
he was he took the opportunity to go to work up there, and then he stayed with Nancy
And you stayed here.
I stayed back in Bellflower, and I had Dad with me, and it got to be close to Christmas time, and I needed to go up to sign some papers, I guess. Or was this before Christmas? But anyway, I did finally go up and sign some papers for the house and everything, and it was before Christmas, and I had Dad go to stay with Brother
Robert. Yeah.
And his wife says, "I can't be there before 2 o'clock or something like that."
Every day.
and I took it instead of "you can't be there before 2." It meant that soon after 2 she would be there.
Right.
She didn't show up until 5 o'clock that evening, and he was sitting outside all that time.
Oh no. Ooh.
My
Wow.
dad.
Wow.
Yeah, and before I left, he wanted me to lock the door, and I said, "No, I'm not going to lock the door. You lock it after you, when she picks you up or whatever."
Yeah.
And so I was so thankful I hadn't locked the door. But he was in such a nervous state by then that he was practically sick,
Wow.
and he was sick the next day.
Yeah.
And so she had to deal with that. And I almost said,
That's what you get.
"That's what you get," yeah.
Well, what was she thinking? She just wasn't thinking.
No. She just
Yeah.
just couldn't see through all that. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. And then when we did sell the house, it was right around Christmas time, and I had a lady, a real estate agent, taking care of it, and I had to leave the key with her, and I had the tree up, and I had all the presents under the tree, and the house looked really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept thinking, well, she's going to bring a bunch of people in here. I hope all the presents are still there when I get back.
No kidding, huh?
But they were, and she did sell the house, and it worked out fine.
You guys were up in Folsom for how long?
20 years.
Really?
20 years.
Wow. I didn't.
And I've been here 10 years. I've been here 10 years, and I was
Wow.
in Bellflower 20 years.
Yeah, it just goes, huh?
Yeah.
Talking about being out on the farm again, what was your fondest memory? What was the thing that was best?
Best, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that I liked too much about the farm. It was all okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't anything bad about it, but I knew I wasn't going to be a farmer. But I remember my cousin coming out to see us, my city cousin. Okay, so of course she didn't know from nothing about the farm, and I took her around, showed her everything, and we did hit it off pretty good, and we had a good time. But what I didn't realize was that she she must have had a cold or something. She had Kleenex, and wherever she was, she just dropped that Kleenex. And when they left, you know, the whole area.
You could tell where she'd been.
And who would ever think that a farm looked crummy just because they're little white, but it did look terrible to us. And Mom made me go out and pick them all up.
You weren't supposed to be there.
But Mom was a stickler to try and get the place looking a little better, and Dad didn't care. Anything was dropped to wherever, and nothing organized and looking organized or anything. And the Fettig farm just down the road, everything was in its place, and the farm looked good, just looked good.
Yeah.
And Mother would try so hard. Every spring she'd take a couple days and try to put things where they belonged, and so
He'd be right behind her, taking them off.
She tried, but Dad was not concerned about it.
Yeah.
But Dad did like to have trees planted. Remember, he was.
Well, yeah, I remember he had a big grove of eucalyptus, I think, weren't they, on that one side? Was it
I don't
eucalyptus?
think they were eucalyptus,
No?
but I can't tell you what they were.
Well, there was some sort of windbreaker
Yes,
along
they
that
were.
one side,
Yeah.
yeah, which made
He
sense.
had that L shape, and he was farm commissioner or something. Anyway, that was kind of his job. He went to meetings, and they gave him a bunch of seedlings, and he went out to the farms and sold the people on the idea of planting a L-shaped grove to break the wind from their house,
the houses,
or
yeah.
just somewhere where they could get a little protection from
Yeah.
it. And
Makes sense.
so most of the trees you see around Napoleon are stuff that he brought in and
Is that
planted.
right? 50, 60, 80 years
Yeah.
later? Wow. Wow. What's your worst memory of being out
My
there?
worst memory.
Probably have more of those.
Good, go ahead. Well, I think some of those rides home from school were
Yeah.
pretty bad, except they're funny now.
Yeah. Now that it's over. I remember, what the heck is this thing? I remember you talking with Aunt Linda about turkeys, raising turkeys. That was not fun.
That was not fun. That was not fun. We would spend time trying to get them off of the heat, or out of the corners onto the heat. And they were too dumb to stay with the heat. They just pressed against each other until they killed some of themselves. But the time that comes to mind is when Aunt Frida got married. It was she decided to get married at home, in her own home. And it was in town there, and we were there for the wedding, and of course there was a rain shower. And Uncle Jake decided to go home to see how things were. And why they sent me home with him, I don't know. I don't know where Vernon was. He should have been the one, but maybe he just wasn't around. So I went home with Uncle Jake, and he drove into his place, and I walked on down to our place. And I got down there, and of course the chicks and the turkeys were all bunched together, and had to pull them away from each other and get them. And for whatever reason, I started crying. There was nothing, none of them were dead yet, but Uncle Jake got his all taken care of, and he came down and helped me. We salvaged them.
But I don't think raising turkeys was something you thought was fun,
No.
period, right?
Well, and another thing, they would fly up on the windmill, way up
Hmm. And sit on the windmill.
Yeah. Just kind of,
Well, they're not the smartest bird in the
No.
world. Not
no,
the wild ones are weary and can keep alive, but the domesticated ones are dumb as stumps. That's for sure.
and you know, I had left home by the time Mother got into it, really. She ordered, probably from Sears or Montgomery Ward, the chicks. They used to do that. They'd send out a box of chicks, newborns. They'd just been hatched, and they live on their own, their yolk, I think.
Oh,
They can live at least a full day without eating and be all right, and that's the advantage time they took to send them. And Mother ordered like 1,000 white turkeys.
yeah.
And I was not at home at the time, but I'd see pictures of it, and the whole like yard was white with turkeys. And I think about that time, Dad couldn't stomach eating another turkey. Even looking at one was more than he. But it was kind of interesting that Mom had that initiative. You know, I'm sure she did most of it on her own. I
Yeah.
don't think Dad decided, well, we're going to raise turkeys. I'm sure that was the case. But these gals are all
Tough breed, that's for sure.
yeah.
That's for sure.
So,
Yeah, it's a different world now for sure. That sense of self-reliance, I think, is gone. You know, they just figure the government or somebody's going to take care of them.
take care of things, yeah.
And I think if you are brought up in an era where there is no safety net, then you make sure things get done.
Well, the thing of it is, it's not ever going to go back to that type of living because we've got too many different things in the world already to make it different. So we rely on a lot of mechanics and a lot of technology that we didn't have.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Now the farm is, you had mentioned there's no buildings left on the farm now.
they took them all down. Time before last, the house was still there, and the last time they had taken it down,
The
somebody
barn's
said they
gone,
just
of course.
bulldozed it into the basement.
The barn's gone, I'm sure.
Yeah, oh, the barn was gone. They sold that.
Oh,
Dad sold that for good money. And how they moved that monster is beyond me,
yeah.
but they did.
That was a big barn,
It
if
was.
I recall.
It was our
Yeah.
little house and that big barn.
Yeah. Well, I remember it had a hayloft, of course,
Yeah.
and it had the pulley out in front where you pull up the bales and store them.
Yeah,
And then all the livestock was below. I think there was,
about 10 stanchions for the cattle, maybe. Yeah, about 10. And stalls for horses, about 2, 4, 6 maybe.
yeah, that's what I remember too. Yeah. So that was a pretty substantial barn for.
It was a nice big barn.
Yeah.
And
How was that built? Did they do a regular barn raising
I
or?
don't know.
You don't remember?
I don't know. I never asked. That's one of those things I wish I had asked.
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah.
wish I had asked.
Yeah.
But when they did build it, and like I say, I should know that, but it just didn't register, I guess. It was soon after it was built. My girlfriend, not my girlfriend, my neighbor, the only gal in the area, whether we were friends or not is questionable, but
Yeah.
we were in the same area, nobody else to talk to, so we talked to each other. Anyway, she decided, here we got this nice new barn, and the hayloft was nice, the floor was nice. And so we'll have a party for your birthday. Oh, so okay, we'll do that. And So for music, we had the comb, the comb that you blew through, and
Yeah.
you could make tune out of it.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what else, but
Was it actually your birthday or just?
oh yeah,
Oh, it was.
yeah, it was. But I don't recall I ever got a present out of it. It was nor even a cake for that matter.
Yeah. You said my dad was, he liked to go to the dances, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he loved to go to the dances.
How many could there have been? I mean, different towns as well, or?
Oh yeah, in the summertime, yeah, somebody have a Saturday night dance, you know, you'd get too dull otherwise.
They were like barn dances in individual homes, or?
You know what, our Napoleon had, Bob Mitchell's mother built that nice area across the bridge in Napoleon there. That was a big dance floor, a really nice dance floor. And I think some of the other towns had smaller dance floors.
Yeah.
Have somebody come in with the accordion. Our neighbor across the way played an accordion, and he still does. He's still good. And his fingers are way wider than my thumb, and I don't know how he manages that accordion, but he does, and he has fun with it, and they still dance to it.
Wow.
Yeah, he can do it well enough so that they can dance to it.
A lot of polkas.
And polkas, oh my goodness. And with it all, I never really learned how to dance. I never really did.
Really?
I didn't. I was either I was just too uncoordinated, or I just didn't want to.
Wasn't
I
your
don't
thing.
know. I don't know.
Well, Grandpa sure was a good dancer.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was light on his feet.
And Mother was a good dancer.
Mhm.
And talking about the barn dances, then one summer we had them every week, I think, or every other week, something like that. And we had a big crowd. People would come from all around, and we had regular music of some kind. I'm sure somebody had an accordion or something, and we'd dance until midnight or whatever, and then they'd come down to the house and have coffee and a little refreshment of some kind. And
Yeah, it's a good way, I guess, for young people to meet people from other towns too, and spread
yeah,
out a little
yeah,
bit.
you gotta make something social, or people just can't. Yeah, we're social beings. We just are.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Did you read more books when you were like, I can imagine without radio or TV before that,
Yeah.
when you had the lanterns, were you reading more books, that sort of thing?
Well, there weren't that many available.
Yeah.
I read what was available.
The Bible, I'm sure, was available.
The
Bible was available for sure.
It was there, but, well, when we went to high school, I guess there was a library at the high school, but that wasn't open to the public. That just wasn't available. And then when I went to high school, I was on a program of some kind for the people who couldn't afford things, and I was given different chores to do while I was in high school. And it seems like the only one I can remember, and I'm sure there was others that I probably cleaned blackboards and that type of thing. Like I can't. That didn't stick in my mind, but this stuck in my mind. One of the teachers called in sick or whatever, so she wasn't there. And county superintendent, Mr. Olson, came and asked me if I would take over the class.
Wow.
Okay. If that's what I have to do, I have to do, I guess. Well, anyway, I didn't say that, but I went and did it.
Mhm.
And so I was in the front of the class by the desk and had no idea what I was going to do or what I was going to teach. I had no clue because there was no program to follow or anything. Well, the first 5 minutes or so, all I got was hands up. Can I go to the restroom? Can I go to the restroom? Can I go to the restroom? Well, about 5 of them left that way. And I thought, no, this isn't going to work. So the next one that raised a hand, I said, not until the rest of them come back.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that stopped that one. So then I opened the book and asked somebody where they were at, about where they were at. Well, I got kind of an answer, but anyway, I read through a little bit and tried to make some sense of it. And I don't know how I fared, but when the superintendent come back in, everybody was in their desk. And they were, they weren't walking around.
Behaving, yeah, yeah.
And I think he kind of, whoa.
He was impressed. He expected to see chaos, I think,
I'm
and
sure
it wasn't
sure he
happening.
did. So that was quite an experience for me.
I'll bet. I'm going to hand you these pictures here real quick, just for fun. And you can tell us who these people are.
Oh, this is Mom and Dad at their wedding.
That's
And
it.
I'll have to tell you about a little bit about their wedding.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, it was.
Let me try to. I'm going to try to zoom in on that. Hold it a little bit straight like that. Let me zoom in a little bit. Up.
It was.
Yeah. Okay. And then. Okay. Let me get this for a minute. Okay.
It was April in 1919.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah.
1919, and they had to wait till spring when the itinerant pastor would be coming around. And so then they set it up when he was coming, and it ended up that Mom's brother, who is also called John, and his fiancée was called Emma.
Huh.
So there was John and Emma Weber, and John and Emma Balser got married. And in the meantime, another couple slips in. So it ended up kind of a triple wedding. And I wish now I had asked a little bit more about what kind of a celebration they had or what went on afterwards.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
surely they had something going.
yeah.
They just had to be dressed like that.
They look pretty
look
sharp
pretty
there.
good to me.
I'll tell you, you bet.
And
A nice big bouquet of flowers and everything. So
yeah,
they must have had a
nice wedding dress.
nice affair.
Look at me beside him. That's pretty plain.
Let's talk
That's
about that
pretty
for a
plain
minute.
Henry, isn't it?
Well, it's a handsome couple, I'll tell you that right now.
Well, I
Now, who are these
won't
two?
deny that, but it's sure a whole lot plainer.
Okay, hold on just a second. Let me get a little tighter and hold it up just a little bit. So this handsome couple is?
Dick and Ruth Reynolds.
Yep. And this was your wedding day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely. Beautiful. So what stories do you have about that
Oh
day?
gosh. I don't know whether I want to tell.
Come on now. You have to tell everything.
I have to tell it, huh?
You don't have to tell everything.
Not everything.
You can stop at a certain point.
Well, we had decided to get married, and we decided it was easier to get married in Arizona. Let's see, Yuma, Arizona. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Arizona, because you didn't have to wait.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Was he on leave or something at that
No,
time?
he was not on leave.
Okay.
And So I was to come down to El Centro. And I was going to take Joanne Job with me.
Hmm.
Well, everything was go until her dad found out about it.
Hmm.
Well, she's not going anywhere. She's not going.
Wow.
So here I was stuck to go by myself.
Ah, jeez.
That wasn't,
How old were you then?
well, I was old enough to go by myself,
Yeah,
but
but
that
still.
was 22.
Yeah, it's still a young lady.
And so I did go, and he met me in El Centro, and I guess his buddy that stood up for us, his buddy and his wife, must have had a car because we drove from El Centro to Yuma.
Hmm.
And that's where we got married, and I keep saying we were married by a minister, but when I look at the marriage certificate, it doesn't say that he was a minister.
Hmm.
So,
The Justice of the Peace, you
Justice
think?
of
Oh,
Peace,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
but he
Okay.
might have been also a minister. I don't know where I got that idea, unless I wished it that way or something. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
maybe so, huh?
But yeah, that's the way that went, and I think of it now, and I think, boy, I had a lot of nerve to go like that.
Travel halfway across the country to get
Yeah.
married. Not knowing it was going to work out either, but it certainly did.
Yeah, and it lasted 60 years plus.
Yeah.
Although the last year or so was kind of rough.
Yeah, that's the sickness or in health part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
And I never questioned that I wasn't going to be there for his health. I was going to do what I could and do it as long as I could.
Yeah.
And so it went.
He was a good man, that's for
Yes,
sure.
he was. He was a good father to his boys, good husband, good provider. He worked every day, never got laid off. Every Christmas we'd get the layoffs end of the year. Every year. And I thought, how can this be? But he never got laid off.
Yeah,
And he always expected to.
Yeah, he was
figured
top in his
he'd-
field though, that's
Yeah.
why. They lay off the worst first.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you know this or not, but when I was here last time, I was talking with Kirk, and I always thought that Dick picked on Kirk a lot.
Did you?
But when I asked Kirk about it, he said no. He said, in fact, I thought I was kind of spoiled. I always got a lot of stuff that I didn't expect and this and that. And I kind of put two and two together, and I thought, well, I think I was just there at that age that he was at, where he was maybe getting rebellious and they were bumping heads, you know, and that stuck in my mind as the way it always was. Mm-hmm. And I told him, I says, yeah, I always felt sorry for you, but now I don't feel sorry for you anymore. So it is funny how you get certain things stuck in your mind and it's just not true.
Yes. You really have to look beyond and around a little bit to get the true picture.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. Yeah. Well, you were going to show me your quilts on the bed and stuff. Let's take a little walk and look at that, if I can do this without breaking it.
So you going to take that?
Yeah, I'm going to take it with us. If I can get it through here without breaking something. Oop. I got it. So far, so good. Okay.
Oh my goodness, I don't want any of this to be in the picture.
Well, I'll start over.
Store it in your bathtub when you're.
Oh, okay. I want to show some of
the
the
place I could find to put it.
some of Aunt Ruth's handiwork here. Now this is Linda's though, right? The one that she made for, is it? No.
Yeah, that's the one she made. Get a picture of that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
This is the one she made for,
my idea.
yeah. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
an amazing thing. It tells a story. I'll do a close-up on this.
It really does.
Yeah, I'll do a close-up on this now and kind of go around. Maybe you can tell me what's what on this thing.
Well, the barn means I was born on a farm.
In the barn.
Not in the barn, but on a farm. And the hummingbird means that that's my favorite thing right now. And the airplane means that I worked in the aircraft in the factory in Santa Monica in 1944 and prior to that a little bit. Well, the wedding picture. And that's the church I'm going to. And then there's pictures of
the wedding picture
the
we just
wedding
saw.
picture, and the little pictures are more recent and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to
I
be
don't
able
think
to
it's gonna.
get this down low enough.
Probably won't show very well anyway. And
Yeah,
then,
oh, these are just family pictures
yeah,
and
it's
so
just
forth.
family, and then Kirk and John Dale and Troy, my three sons,
Yeah,
and down below is my
sewing stuff.
sewing, my quilting,
Yeah,
the machine and the rotary and the scissors, and
awesome.
there we go. Yeah,
Very nice.
yeah,
Kind of a chronicle of your life in a way.
it is. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, you were going to show me something.
This right here.
Yeah. Did you make this one?
My grandma made.
Oh, your grandmother made
No,
this.
I don't know whether
Wow.
it'll show up. But if you look, these little squares are an inch apart. I just doubt if it'll pick it up.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get as wide as I can here and then try to zoom in and see if we can get these little squares here. Yeah, it's not, well, maybe. So she stitched all of those little tiny squares, each one of
There
them,
you go.
by hand.
By hand.
My Lord.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
And this has lasted. This has got to be 150 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
And
got
that,
to be 150 years old.
yeah, wow.
And this is the modern look.
Yeah, the new stuff.
With the modern material and
Now this one you made, right?
yes.
Yeah.
And
Really
it,
nice work.
No hand stitching at all
Oh, okay. So
on this
everything's
one. No.
on the machine, but not all of yours are on the
Oh
machine,
no.
right?
Until I moved down here, none of them were on the machine.
Wow.
All of them were by hand.
Yeah, they're so nice.
And
I
this
just
is
love it. Cool.
This is the newest material. What am I trying to say? What do they call it? I think now. But it's the die. It can be reversed, and it doesn't show. It looks good on both sides.
On both sides, yeah.
Absolutely, both
Yeah.
sides.
Huh.
Oh, what are you doing now?
Just checking it out. Okay.
That's our trip to the Mexican Riviera.
Oh, yeah.
With my Chinese friends.
Uh-huh.
She's from St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh.
Her name is May, and she was my roommate.
Was this an all-girls trip then?
This is Kay, Dawn's best friend, and this is her mother. This is Lynn.
And this was an all-girls trip down there?
Yeah,
then?
yeah,
Fun.
yeah. It was school break, and the kids needed a place to go. And,
Okay. Now, let's see. You've got a few pieces of work in this other room, so I'm going to go shoot those two while I'm here. And just take a quick shot of that, and we'll kind of edit all this stuff together eventually. So this is another...
This quilt I made since I'm here. This star quilt.
Yeah. Which one?
This one.
Oh, this one, yeah. Why don't you take that stuff off the bed, and I'll get a shot of that, too.
Yeah.
But let me get this one first. I'm
If
getting
you're going to get that one, that is the very first thing I've ever made.
this one right here.
Right
the one
there.
we're looking at right now.
Right there.
Wow.
And I made it out of a pattern out of Woman's Day or something like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Out of the material that I had in my sewing basket.
This stuff laying around, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this one you made,
Since I'm here in San Diego,
yeah. This one's has some great stitching.
This is machine quilted.
Mm-hmm.
I met one of the residents here, and she found out I was quilting. She says, "You know, I've got a packet that I've had for 10, 20 years. She says, I know I'm not going to make it. Would you like it? And I go, sure.
Sure, yeah.
And here it is. And,
There it is finished.
how old is this material? My gosh.
Fantastic.
So, I'm really pleased with it.
Oh, the stitching is incredible.
Yeah.
So much work. Well, it takes patience and a loving hand, I'd say.
What do we got here?
Oh, that's for the tripod, for my other
Okay.
tripod, yeah.
I'll
So.
leave it here so you
Okay.
don't lose it. Yeah.
Well,
So anyway,
very good.
very good.
Yeah, life spent doing good stuff.
If you want to.
Yeah, I'll see if I don't know if I can get in there on that one, but I'll
let
try.
me, just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
It is kind of cute.
Oh, I think it's great. This is little vests on hangers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me,
Actually, this is Linda's work, but I made half a dozen like this.
yeah.
And they were such fun to do. They were just such fun to
Mm-hmm.
do. And little,
Yeah, they open up. Oh, and they got pockets in them too.
they got little pockets and they got little,
See?
there it is. Little,
Oh, there's a sewing machine in there too. Goodness gracious.
everything's got something different. There's
Yeah,
there's a spool and there's a, I don't know.
bell or something. That is pretty neat.
They were such fun to make.
Yeah,
Oh
I'll
my
bet.
gosh, this is kind of dirty. I wonder how it got that dirty.
I don't know. We're gonna edit that part out though, Aunt
Oh,
Ruth.
for heaven's sake. Huh. Yeah, this is her, Linda's stitching. And I don't know whether you looked at the other close, but see how much bigger the stitches are.
Yeah. Oh, you mean compared to the ones your grandmother did?
Yeah.
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 Well, this is machine or
No,
hand?
no.
Hand again, yeah.
This is by hand and this
Yeah.
is by machine.
Yeah. So you just set the machine on curly stitching, I guess, and that's how it comes out, or?
The machine is as white as this room,
Oh, no kidding.
and it's.
Where do you get that machine?
Huh?
Where do you find that machine?
The manufacturer now.
No, but I mean, where did you use it?
Oh.
I mean, you had it here at the house?
No. You have to take it out and
Oh,
have
got
it
it.
done.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
The
Okay.
people have these machines. This woman that I took this to, her husband built a house, a room up above,
For
Just
that,
for
for
that.
her to do that.
just
Wow.
for her to do
Yeah.
that. And
You got that?
well, I can't right now.
Yeah, I'll do it later on. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of fun. A lot of patience. Boy, I don't know. I know I wouldn't have the patience for something like that.
When,
No,
you know,
it
when you
can't.
set up, and I did set one up in here one time, and it filled the room so much that I couldn't get in on that side, just barely in on this side. And it was just too hard,
Too much to do.
too hard to try and do it.
Yeah.
So I did never set up another one. And, but if you don't have that framework, it's just, you need that tight underneath. You
know,
need it tight on top.
Right. When I think about my grandmother on my mom's side, she had some sort of wooden board that
Yeah.
she had clamps, and she would move it, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then she would work on it on her lap
That's
more
the
or
way
less.
I
So
did.
yeah, that's the way it would. I wish I knew what happened to those. I know my sisters have a few of them.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if I'll ever talk to them again, but if I could wrestle one of those off them, I'd be happy. But what to do? What to do? You know. So.
Yeah.
Well, we have a few minutes left on the tape. Is there anything you can think of that you might want to say?
I
Or?
had a decent one to give you, but I don't really have
Oh,
anything
no.
that's worth
No.
having.
No, that's okay.
No, I
Just-
think I'm talked out.
anything you want to say to your family or?
Oh, gosh. Well, yeah, I've got a great family, and I'm so thankful that we're all communicating and all enjoy each other. And it's just wonderful to have a loving family, including my nephews and nieces. to think that they all came to my birthday party
I was impressed, I've got
from
to
North
say.
Dakota,
Yeah.
from Minnesota, from San Francisco, from Virginia, my sister came, and
Yeah.
from Tucson, and it just went on, and I had such a good time
Yeah.
visiting with everybody and getting to know more people. And I was hoping the cousins would get together a little bit more. I don't know whether they had time to talk with each other very much or not, but hopefully they'll keep in touch, keep in touch with each other and keep a family going. We don't realize how fortunate we are to have a family until we start looking around, and some people have nobody. And it's not easy.
That's sad, that's hard.
Very sad.
I see that in my business, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not good.
Yeah, and I was telling my sister about, or we were talking, and I said, well, my brother Vernon's kids are all orphans. They're both parents are gone.
Mhm.
Your family is both parents are gone. Lynn said, "Yeah, you're it.
You're it.
You're it."
The matriarch of the family, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, and who would have thought that it would come to this?
Mm-hmm.
That I would still be living, and all the brothers are gone.
Yeah, that's a little shocking, I guess. I don't know. It's
Yeah. Well, Art and Vernon both, they were too young.
They were too young. 59 and
too
61 is way too young. It's shocking. You know, at the time I was 30 or 32 or something, and the nurses were saying how sad this case was because he was so young. And dumb me, I'm thinking, well, he's not that young, but now that I'm 64, I realize how very young he was, and
Yeah.
you know how much more he wanted to do. And here he worked his whole life, and finally got to a point where he could, you know, enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah. And Helen was so good to take care of him. Oh my gosh, she went
It was a tough
way
one.
far beyond what she should have been asked of her, but
It was hard.
she did it.
Yeah, it was hard.
She did it, and she did it with grace and love.
All good people, all good stock, that's for
Yeah.
sure. Well, Aunt Ruth, we all love you very much. We're so glad you're here with us, and now we have a little bit of a chronicle of your life and the things you went through, and I'm happy that we did this, and
We lived through it, didn't we?
yeah, we're all still here, and
And who knows, I might be here till I'm 100.
oh,
Who knows? Who
I am
knows?
betting on it, believe me.
I don't know.
I
don't
am
know.
betting on it, but
There was a time when I said, looked at my grandmother and I said, I don't want to live beyond 50.
that would have been a mistake.
It came and went, and I thought, I guess I don't know what I was talking about then.
Everybody says that. I don't want to live past 80. We'll talk to them when they're 79 and 364 days and see what they say. Probably change their tune. Okay, well,
Yeah, turn it
let's
off.
wrap it up.
Turn it off.